I wanted to take a minute to do another video on this just to further show what being a true prophet of the Lord is. So, what is occurring in these current days is very credible to my prophecy because we're seeing a new wave, the waves of immigration, the waves of immigration happening right now in these days. And this is what's making all the major headlines, all of the major headlines, not just one or two. Every single headline, you're seeing things about the waves of immigration. You're seeing them talk about the surge of immigration in these days. It's all about the waves of immigration and the surge of immigration that is occurring in these days. And that's very credible because not any of the Trump prophets gave a prophecy on these events. And this is more important. This happening is more important than anything that is occurring because it is all about the waves, the surges, and the flood of immigration that is occurring in these days on all the headlines, not just in America, but worldwide, globally. It's all about the waves, the surges, and the flood of immigration that is occurring. None of these Trump prophets said the waves, the surges, and the flood of immigration was happening. But there was one, the new waves, the surges, and the flood of immigration that comes from page 21 of my published book that was already published long before any of these events began to unfold. That is why you see these ones reaching out to steal my prophecies, because they know that mine always come to pass. I knew what was coming before it ever happened, and there is the unequivocal proof because it was copyrighted and published before these events, long before these events ever began to unfold. The new waves and the surges and the flood of immigration, page 21 from my copyrighted published books. And you're seeing that. You're seeing it make the headlines. The surge of immigration. You're seeing the exact words because remember, God is the Word just as spoken in Scripture. All these things, the floods coming across the border. None of these Trump prophets got it. Not a single one foretold these events. The migrant wave, all happening in these days. The waves and the surges and the floods of immigration. All these other Trump prophets, all they can give you is, oh, there's going to be a great shaking and a whirlwind and a great move of God. Whereas I give you very specific words, the waves, the surge, and the flood of immigration. Very specific, very accurate, very credible, and unequivocal proof that God is speaking to one in these days. It was published and copyrighted before any of these events began to unfold. God bless.